I don't know if you feel the same way as me on this issue, but modern games nowadays seem to be a bit lacking. I was lying on my bed, as usual, letting nostalgia take hold, when something I had long forgotten resurfaced. A game I had so much fun playing when I was a kid. Feeding Frenzy 2. One of the games created during the golden era of Popcap, before its acquisition by the dreaded destroyer of many small-time studios, EA. In the game, you play as, well, a fish. You first play as Boris, a butterfly fish. He's the first playable character in this game. The game tells us you get bigger by eating smaller prey, in this case, herons, and avoid larger predators like a lionfish, and where these things are. Playing through the first few levels, we learn several things. Firstly, power-ups. These bubble-wrapped surprise tools are scale tippers and can help you get out of sticky situations. The first two we encounter are the Frenzy power-up, which just increases our Frenzy multiplier,
Mega Frenzy,
and the Extra Life power-up, which is self-explanatory. Secondly, the most important thing is, even if you are the largest you can be, there will always be a bigger fish. Like these leopard sharks. These guys are currently the biggest boys of the level. These guys can't be taken down by us. Normally, anyways. I label these bad boys as lane clearers, because they are pretty much just that. How many lane clearers will appear depends on the size of the level. And lastly, don't mess with oysters. No matter how big you are. The game tells us that these leopard sharks and humphead wrasses usually don't come here, and something must have driven them, something that must be causing them to go a bit crazy. We must investigate what caused that. It appears the next level we play. This level is a step above in difficulty. You can't rush around and eat fishes like you're at a buffet anymore. You have to pick your fishes more carefully. You see a silhouette of something. Just a shadow. Something that did not look like a fish, or any kind Boris knows of. It swims away, with nothing to challenge it. Apparently Boris can't just dash after him, slow ass. Here we play as Layla the Shrickerfish. If she looks familiar to you, it's probably because of this.
bruh.
Aside from that, we get a second and final ability, the Suck. It sucks up all the fish in front of you. With new fish comes new dangers. A barracuda, haha. These flowing silver wolves basically are the leopard sharks, but are way faster. And to emphasize their dangerousness, they are the only fish, the only normal fish in the game that comes with a warning sign. You can bite their tail and it will lock onto you like you just took its $14 Fortnite card.
I'm joking! Stop! 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 Stop the brake! Stop! Stop!
Bite its tail 4 times and it will shrink down to consumable size. They are pretty dangerous, but the risk is worth it. Anyway, the next level introduces a new power-up, the Mushroom power-up. Like what you think it will do, it actually does the complete opposite, making your enemies smaller. After we're done with introductions, we are introduced to the Sunken Ship level via bonus level, as well as introducing another power-up, the Speed power-up. The Speed power-up to me is kinda meh. I think the amount of speed it gives you is quite uncontrollable. I would always run into bigger fish when I'm using it, so yeah, bottom tier. The second ship is pretty wide, allowing for pretty cool maneuvers. Just don't be too flashy though. The game tells us that there are more second ships around here lately. They're not too common here. What could have happened to them to sink? Just as we are pondering, a sighting of the mysterious creature has been reported to us. They're further into the abandoned shipyard. As we head further in, more dangers pop out. Like these mines that come from the above. Oh yeah, golden minerals also return. But like when are you ever gonna get one? They never show up. Like throughout my entire playthrough of this game, they only showed up like 5 times, right? And they're always in hard to reach places. After beating the level, we see the creature again as it swims deeper into the ocean. Since we are entering parts too deep for the standard triggerfish, we have to play a new fish, Eddie the anglerfish, who makes a reappearance from the last game. The main gimmick for Eddie's level is that you're in deep Arctic Ocean, and you have to eat bioluminescent plankton to make it brighter. You're gonna eat a light power-up. Honestly, there's not much here besides the returning jellyfish, who will stun you if you touch them. So let's move on to the next character. Peter the Pompano, who lives in the perilous sunken ship gravesite. The area is filled with a murky green mist. Definitely gives you a feel of the supernatural happening. Like how the ghost pirate in SpongeBob has a green aura about him. When I was a lot younger, I thought the area was poisonous. I don't know why. Probably because I've been trained with my gamer mind to think that green equals poison. Yeah. New fish means new prey. In this case, the bay is flooded with these stupid ass cuttlefish who will spray ink if you approach them from the front. They're really frustrating because they can turn your straight swing into a sort of bobbing.
Oh, this is disgusting. What is that? Is that Ramsey?
New predators also make a comeback, such as the John Dory fish from the last game, and poisonous me now too. They reverse your controls until you spit them out. They're the most annoying creatures ever, really. If you couldn't tell, they're like reusing ideas from the last game. By the way, there's now a bonus level, which tests your ability to eat barracudas. So if you're having trouble against them, you can practice against them here.
First blood.
Playing through the levels again, we are introduced to 3 more power-ups. The shield blocker, which is a power-up that gives you a second chance at life.
Drop the drug! It's okay, nigga. I got the card. Shit!
3 chances at life, actually. The Feeding Fury, which instantly consumes all edible prey on the screen, worthless if there's no fish around. And the Looney Lure power-up, which drags Belder Fiend's OnlyFans across the screen, attracting all the simps that got with the sweet backwater jello. Stun Bubbles, which drops a white phosphorus bomb on the level, stunning everything within the nearest 1,000 kilometers and destroying every active mine. Using all these power-ups to beat the level, you encounter the creature again. It heads into the danger-filled waters of Grasses Creek. Peter can't go further and he's too small, so we need a local to help us. Harry the Humphead takes the wheel. He's probably the closest looking fish to his real life counterpart. You can jump out of water here and eat the bugs flying around. I know you've seen it before, right? They're not properly introduced until here. There are multiple balloons in the sky that carries power-ups and stuff, but you don't really need them. Sometimes though, they only give you power-ups through these balloons, so you have to jump to get them sometimes. I don't really like jumping much though. You can't turn or change your momentum when you're in the air. so you end up handing yourself on the silver platter to some hungry fish. You can flip multiple times though, which is kinda cool. Who wouldn't want to take a chance to flex at all the other fishes? These annoying pelicans that patrol the sky giving me much more reason to not jump around. Marlins whose long ass nose confuses me for the tiny mackerels swimming about.
Hey, come on, it's just a couple of us guys. Just a couple of guys around here. Nothing weird, nothing strange going on. Just want to talk to you. Come on.
Tuna, who's not that bad actually. And last but not least, one of the two most annoying fish to eat, the pufferfish. If you don't catch them off guard, they'll puff up and knock you back. Keep in mind, you can't move when you're being pushed back. So if you get pushed back into a bigger fish, you might as well kiss your conscious goodbye because you just got baited by a puffer. You see the creature again as it heads into Sharktooth Ridge, the most dangerous part of the ocean. Shark-infested waters, orca pods, it's too much for a rat to handle. Enter Goliath, the great white, the last playable fish we can play as. He's the largest fish of the ridge, and to demonstrate that, the leopard sharks, which were always a constant nuisance, are only a second-tier fish in this level. He's just that big. Orcas are probably the most threatening thing in the ocean. In real life, they are an apex predator and are known to prey on whales and great whites. So I like how they are basically a major threat in game as well. But of course, we need to rule the ocean, so let's defy their reign first. Playing as Goliath is such a joy when compared to all the other fish we played before. Once you get the biggest you can, nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. Besides oysters, of course, these things can take out the entirety of the United States Army if they want to do both.
I fear no man, but that thing. It scares me.
By the way, if you haven't noticed by now, as we progressively play further into the story, we get larger and larger, capping off at old Goliath here. So think about it. Does we play as bigger fish each time, and the thing is always bigger than us? How big could this thing get? Well, it can't be too big, right? But basically...
What? 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 What?
This thing's massive. It's fast as well. We can't take it on normally. We gotta lure it into mines and use the power up to take it down. This is honestly why I love Popcap's games. They can make boss fights in a way that you didn't think was possible. Using the mushroom power up to damage the alien menace wasn't even in my mind when I thought ways to be it. After getting shrunk by the constant barrage of mushrooms, it rushes off to places where Goliath can't reach. Now we must play through all the fishes again in reverse order to track him down and put him down for good. With the final crunch, we save the ocean from spawning any more of its kind. You get a trophy for your endeavors and a secret playable character, where you play as the alien who caused all this mess in the first place. There are no gameplay differences as far as I noticed, but it's still cool either way. And with that ends our little playthrough. I really enjoyed playing through the game again. It was really nostalgic. Not much has changed from when I last played. Hopefully this video encourages you guys to go back to Popcap's golden age and revisit all the games that they made. That's it really. See you guys when I make another video.